Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. Just in case if you don't, I'm a 25-year-old piece of gold, the messiah of the microphone, of the greatest sports recreational podcast in the world today. I'm joined by my tag team partner, the Jim and my J, the Tully on the Stevie Ray to my Booker T. Ladies and gentlemen, host of the award-winning Under the Radar, host and creator of Curveballs and Chair Shots. He's the first ever and 10-time Bulletcast champion, the Canadian Destroyer, BT, Brandon Tanguma. Brandon, it's Thursday. You know what that means. We're here to talk about professional wrestling, buddy.
Yes, we are. I'm doing fantastic. Phillip, how are you doing today?
I'm still going through withdrawals of no longer being the champion. But hey, the title's on the line this Sunday, so it could come back home to daddy where it rightfully belongs. You know?
Or it can go to its rightful owner, because I am the NXT person on this show. And if we're going to be doing it for NXT takeovers, your boy's got to win.
Yeah, I feel like you are the NXT guy, because like you for a while you would only win at the NXT shows, and then like I would only win at the AEW shows, and then did you ever picture a time where neither of us would be champion and it would go to somebody else? I thought it would just hop between you and I forever.
But now the family's growing, Phillip. It's okay. We're expanding our horizons.
The family is growing. That's more food I have to put on the table. You know.
And I'm a big boy. I like to eat.
Absolutely. Got to get your calories in. Brandon, what'd you have for dinner last night?
I had pork chops yesterday.
Oh man, pork chops like mashed potatoes on the side, of course, right?
No, but we're having baked potatoes today.
Oh man, I had baked potato last night. Some sliced grilled chicken. I was supposed to get some rice with it, but they didn't deliver me my rice. Those bastards. I know. I was supposed to get rice and a nice grilled vegetable mix. I didn't get the vegetable mix. I was really looking forward to the vegetables. My green beans.
Was it DoorDash, Uber Eats? Who you got to beat?
It was Uber Eats. It was Sizzler too. And Sizzler's I've been a loyal customer there for years. Go there, go to Sizzler. Get your little buffet, get your cheese toast, and you go home happy. Right. Yeah.
I don't even remember the last time I've ever had Sizzler. It's been too long.
Yeah, I can't remember the time before this that I've had it, but it has been too long. It truly has. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the world of professional wrestling, we have to keep plugging it. HD for life. This is on teesprings.com. Like I've said before, the designs they have are Get Her Done 1 and 2, H-Dog. They have characters, ladies and gentlemen. You have A Mother's Love. You have Hurry Up 1 and 2, King H-Dog, H-Daw-Get It. Do you get it? Do you get it? I hope you get it. You have Mr. Pimpin'. You have...
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, there we go. You have Mr. Sapo, and you have HD for Life Americana. They have hoodies, t-shirts, sweatpants, tank tops, face masks, and bags. Tote bags, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, teesprings.com/HD for Life. Get your merchandise today. God damn it, I said get it today.
And unlike Sizzler, it'll be delivered on time, and you'll get what you ask for.
There we go. You see, that's why I keep him around, for moments like that, for those bursts of genius.
Exactly.
That's why Brandon.
But not the charisma. I got none of that.
Oh, Brandon. Hey, you guys don't know. Like Christian, like when he retires again, Brandon's gonna become the new Captain Charisma.
Exactly.
There's a whole lot of charisma you people don't see. All right, this has been circulating around since 2016, but I was reading an article about it. Could Vince McMahon sell the WWE? Could that happen, Brandon? Brandon, could you see a world where the McMahon family, not Vince, not Stephanie, not Shane, not Papa Trips, not the little grandkids running around, could you see a time when the McMahon family no longer owns World Wrestling Entertainment?
I think we could see that day. I mean, as you said, this has been something that's been bouncing all over the place for a long, long time. And even last year, I think before the pandemic hit, there was some strong grumblings that NBC or maybe like ABC Disney was kind of in talks and maybe making a big move, like ultimately kind of like what Peacock did. But I could possibly see a move of WWE getting sold. Not saying like the McMahon still would be powerful. I think they would still keep the same infrastructure, and Stephanie and Triple H would still be at the top. But like with Vince, if he gets like really old and his health starts to diminish, and he can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, and he's like, I did all this stuff, and I took this big, this quote unquote small town promotion, this family business, and if I can sell it off for $5 billion or whatever to Disney or NBC, I think that would be like the little cherry on top for him. But also ego wise, I think he also wants to keep it in the family.
Absolutely. I mean, so this became more of a topic in the recent weeks as Chris Van Vliet did an interview with Freddie Prinze Jr., who a famous actor and worked behind the scenes with WWE for a couple years. He talked about how if WWE were to sell, it would just be a business acquisition for Disney or whoever would buy. The Prince of Saudi Arabia has even expressed interest in buying the company. It would just become a business acquisition. There wouldn't be care. And people crap on the product now, and they don't push younger stars and all that other stuff. What would happen if the McMahon family didn't own the company?
And we also saw something similar with WCW with the Time Warner ABC merger. Like that's kind of was the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Like you would see, especially if let's say the Prince of Saudi Arabia buys it. He wanted Yokozuna and Ultimate Warrior to perform there. Didn't realize they were dead. So that's just the example of like, oh, I want the older stars, the stars that I know. So he'll throw all the money at trying to get guys like Rock and Austin and Hogan to perform when we know like, hey, Austin doesn't want to do what Rock's in Hollywood. Hogan, I'm sure he would do it for the money, but nobody wants to see that. So I pray to God the McMahons don't sell the company, because we've all just figured over the last couple of years, once it is Vince's time, that Hunter takes over the company. Hunter and Stephanie, that's just what we've all become accustomed to in our times with watching NXT and kind of hearing what goes on behind closed doors. Yeah.
Triple H might be the head of creative, but I think technically the business would be Stephanie's. I don't think Vince would give the family business to an in-law.
I mean, you never know. You never know. I mean, but when we say it goes to Hunter, like that's basically what we mean is the creative and the creative direction of the company and seeing where most guys and girls are going to go. But because Stephanie is the current chief brand officer.
She's not the chief brandy officer though.
Yeah, but she's not the chief Brandon officer though.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's if you guys didn't know, Brandon is the CBO of the Bulletcast, ladies and gentlemen. But it was a nice, interesting discussion, right? Nice little financial talks. Nick Khan, he was on a conference call, and people the people have asked, the ratings are down. What are you guys going to do? He's like, well, our ratings are down, but our merchandise sales are up. They're through the roof, and stuff like that. So I mean. And then like the content viewership has gone up, and subscriptions to social media and YouTube have gone up. So while they're declining on the ratings side, when it comes to Monday Night Raw and whatever, like they're doing very well in other avenues of business. Because WWE, they became a publicly traded company almost 20 years ago, and then of course they're more than just a wrestling company now. They've become just a content company.
Those financial calls, quarterly conference calls, it's always just number manipulation. No house shows pretty much the entire year. I mean, their live events revenue was super down, but yet it was still a record year for them. So I wouldn't be shocked if once the pandemic eases up and we get back to pseudo normal, that maybe WWE really like cuts back on their house show business and really kind of turn into AEW, and it's just like TVs and maybe special house show live events every once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, they've been reported that they're not going to be doing house shows anymore. They reported that once the pandemic, like we really got into the move and the swing of the things. But I mean, that could change,
They'll just do TVs and then do some international tours.
Absolutely, go to the UK, and all that other good stuff. All right, SmackDown. Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair have a promo. Carmella is there. The Sommelier is there, and this was fun. Bianca Belair used her ponytail. Do you know what her ponytail's name is?
Pony.
This is why you need to listen to Cheap Heat. This is exactly why. She was on Cheap Heat this past Wednesday. She said the ponytail's name is Destiny, and Destiny is going to help her fulfill her destiny of capturing a championship at WrestleMania.
So I saw Doug Flutie, 24/7 champion. How did Peter Rosenberg get the title? How did they get the title off him? I don't pay attention.
So on the Michael K show, because I pay attention to all broadcasting, Rosenberg was in his hotel room with the 24/7 championship, and R-Truth scaled a balcony and came in through the window. He hid behind curtains, and he pinned Peter Rosenberg for the 24/7 championship. He brought a referee with him. There was burglary, there was intrusion. Like we're filing a claim to get Rosenberg back the title.
This is what you come here for 24/7 coverage.
I mean, Rosenberg. Can we say Peter Rosenberg is probably the greatest 24/7 champion of all time?
No.
What?
Pat Patterson.
Kelly. Brandon. We've had a former 24/7 champion on this show. How do you feel about that?
Just an honor to bask in the greatness of one of the best 24/7 champions of all time.
I mean, she won a women's world championship, sure, but the hell with that. She was a 24/7 champion. That's the championship of the people. You know what I mean? Peter, but I feel bad for Peter. Brandon, when are we going to win the 24/7 title? That's what I want to know.
Just grab a referee and a roll up, and I guess it's all it takes.
I know. R-Truth will be on his 90th reign by the time we get an opportunity at the 24/7 championship.
He still has a job. God bless him.
I know. R-Truth, one of the more entertaining aspects of WWE television. But, yeah, so SmackDown, Bianca, Sasha. That's the match we want to see.
Oh, right? Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, Bianca and Sasha, I think that is the way that they are going to go. I still am wondering if they put in a third person, whether that be Bayley. Probably not Carmella, but I think Bayley is someone who is lingering on the outside, has issues with Sasha. That feud kind of wrapped up a little too quick. They still have something with Bianca and Bayley. But I kind of want to see them go one-on-one. Sasha, she's almost kind of like Charlotte. I think she's better suited as a heel. And so when she is the babyface, she doesn't, tune her act enough, I think, to where people can kind of get behind her and likable. Bianca Belair, on the other hand, I think she's toned down, kind of the bombastic, over the top aspect of her character, I think, well, and I think she's more realistic, and I think she's doing a good job as a babyface right now.
That's excellent. That is excellent. I can't wait to see the EST in one of the main events of WrestleMania. It's going to be exciting. It is. Big E Langston, as he was once known, successfully retained the championship of all the continents against Sami Zayn and Apollo Crews in a thrilling triple threat match.
Yes, it was. Very athletic, high energy from all three of these guys. Let's see. Sami is the one that got written off, and then Apollo gets the big ending put on him. So maybe we still get Big E and Sami later on down the line. I don't know what Big E's plans are for WrestleMania, but I think Big E's been doing a good job as well. And I think Vince kind of takes a liking to Sami Zayn, whether it be ironic or not. So we're going to, I think, see more of that.
Absolutely. All right. And Edge, he was supposed to give Roman Reigns an answer at the end of SmackDown. Roman said, acknowledge me as the main event of WrestleMania. And then he gets stunned by Kevin Owens.
Yeah, good work. I think Edge did good stuff on all three shows. I said it last week. I think Edge and Roman Reigns is the plan. We are, 50 days away from WrestleMania. So we have a long way to go. I don't know how much Edge can really, meander and hem and haw until he actually picks somebody. And with Elimination Chamber around the corner, maybe he does it the week after, because I think just Edge being non-committal for 2 weeks isn't good, and kind of cutting the same promos isn't going to be very entertaining.
Yeah, I know. We'll wait and see. We will wait and see. But I feel like he should have acknowledged Roman Reigns as the main event of WrestleMania, don't you?
He's just trying to get under his skin, and it's working.
Have you seen that clip of Roman yelling and saying, "Don't play games with me"? Have you seen that?
I have seen it. I think it's good because Roman is always kind of the cool, calm, collected heel. And so then when he actually does snap and show a lot of emotion, it means even more, and kind of even gets a little scary because you know how tough he is. And when he's that, mean when he's calm, just think of how mean he can get when he's angry.
Yeah, I reacted like that over the weekend because somebody said something to me. Brandon, is that wrong?
I mean,
Is that wrong?
don't question me. I'm not a lawyer.
I mean, it's not illegal. It's not a legal matter. I'm just saying, is that wrong? It's a humanitarian matter, really. It's a humanity matter.
I mean, you can be an a-hole every now and then.
I mean, I wasn't being an a-hole. I just said, "Don't play games with me." That's all I said. A little flinch.
Just got to put a little fear in him, a little
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah, I put some respect on my name. Oh, oh, that was a meme. Oh, it was. All right, outside of the ring, I did a tribute, and then he was number one of the Black Power rankings. I may just rename the Black Power rankings after Butch Reed. Should I do that?
You can do whatever you want, Phillip.
Oh, I don't know. R.I.P. to Butch Reed. Hacksaw Butch Reed, the natural Butch Reed. One-time WCW Tag Team Champion. It's a shame Doom only had those titles one time. It was a great tag team with Junkyard Dog in the Southern Territories. Came up to WCW after a stint in WWE. He wrestled at WrestleMania 3, one of the highest grossing WrestleManias of all time, against Coco Beware, the Birdman. Yeah, man, Butch Reed, such a great talent. Another guy that when we talk about people who should have been world champion, of course we talk Kurt Hennig, Scott Hall, Roddy Piper. Butch Reed is another man whose name definitely needs to be on that list. Brandon, what are your thoughts about the loss of the great natural Butch Reed?
Definitely sad. Butch Reed is kind of one of those guys that I know his name. I know a little bit of his history, but unfortunately, I don't know too much to really go in depth, but I definitely have respect for him and, know some of the things that he did. Obviously, the tag team with Ron Simmons is kind of one of the higher points that I know of. And, all the things that people have been talking about and showing respects definitely shows the kind of wrestler and the kind of guy he was.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about Ron Simmons a little bit later. Yeah, man, I saw Butch had an active Instagram account last year, and I'm like, man, that'd be cool to have that kind of legend on the show. I should have sent an email, Brandon. I should have reached out. Because that would have been cool to have that, man. Just like this, like kind of like a time capsule, Just this legend telling stories about the business. That would have been awesome. It's unfortunate. Go to Darius Lockhart's Instagram. He's a very talented performer, and he got to sit down last year with Ron, Teddy, and Butch, and he said it was just like sitting under the learning tree and learning so much about the business and hearing stories from all these guys. So that's awesome. Go read his post about that on Instagram. All right, some other sad news. We have to wish a get well soon to two people. One is Shaw Guerrero, obviously the daughter of Eddie Guerrero. She was on the show last year. She's taking a break from being an in-ring performer yet again. She's once again dealing with mental health and an eating disorder. So Shaw, we wish her the best of luck, and we hopefully she makes a speedy recovery.
Yeah, shout out to her. She's been public about, all the things that she's been going through. And so it's, it's one thing to go through it privately, but then also throw it out there that you're going through it publicly. It's another thing. So, shout out her. Hopefully she gets well.
Absolutely. All right. And Terry Funk also, the legendary crazy man. He's not feeling so well. He put a video up on the internet, or his people did, wife or whatever, asked them, hey, stop asking for autographs. I'm not doing so well right now. So speedy recovery to the Funkster, man. We've lost too many greats. We're not ready to lose Terry yet.
I haven't seen the video, but I saw Dustin Rhodes put out the tweet that he, got off the phone with Terry. He ain't doing so hot. So just kind of send your love his way. And, I got to agree with, Terry Funk, one of the good ones. And he's been around he was old in the late 90s. And so he's still kicking. And he's just one of those guys that we can't lose right now.
Absolutely. A main focal point of the Beyond the Mat video. And he was 53 when that happened. And then he continues on his career. ECW One Night Stand, where he wrestles Edge and Dreamer. He's 62 at that point. And Terry, he just stopped wrestling at 70 years old, and he's 76, 75 now. So I mean, he wrestled for a long time. He entertained so many people, but it's time for him to rest and just take care of himself, and that's what's important. All right, the APA had an Untold on the WWE Network. Brandon, you watched it. What'd you think?
Well, Phillip, I definitely did watch this Untold on the WWE Network of the APA. And I got to say, it was cool. The entire documentary is just Ron Simmons and JBL just kind of talking about their stories. I mean, JBL has his own little thing that people might not like all too much, but I mean, if you kind of take it for what it is, it's just two guys, a one-sided story about their life and how they interact and how they, got along and what they did in the business. That's fine. I mean, it's different. It's not a full-fledged documentary where maybe. I mean, they kind of got into it a little bit with the whole Public Enemy situation about stiffing them and blah, blah, blah. They say, oh, we were rough with some guys, but as long as we didn't mind if you gave it back to us, which that's kind of easy to say when you're the higher ups in the business. But, I digress, Phillip.
What, you don't think they should have done them like that?
I'm not saying that. Public Enemy definitely has, their history of things. But also when it comes to like the jobbers, maybe the newer guys, JBL, and even Ron Simmons, I mean, the APA kind of in total had a little reputation for maybe going a little too hard on some guys.
You got to be tough in that business, though, Brandon.
Fine line between being tough and being dangerous.
I've enjoyed that fine line of tough and dangerous in the wrestling room back in my day. Get a new guy in there, thinks he's hot stuff. Teach him a lesson real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You just got to get in there and stretch them.
No, I didn't stretch guys. I got that cross face. You're supposed to just guide it right across the face. I did the illegal one. I wrenched back, and then I yanked him. I dabbed on that hoe. Yeah.
We can say that?
Yeah, of course. That's gardening tools, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
John Cena puts over the current roster. What are you talking about? What happened?
Well, John Cena was on Forbes. He did an interview with Forbes, and back last year he had one interview with Forbes where he said, WWE isn't going to have any marquee stars ever again. But then he kind of he backtracked a wee bit, and he put over the current roster. He talked about Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, calling them marquee stars, and then also going back to what happened with The Undertaker, calling everybody soft. He called it different. He didn't call them soft. He called, let's see if I get the exact quote. I don't think it's soft. I think it's different. I think it's bold. It's forcing people to take chances.
Well, you see, I think the comments that John Cena made. I think or no, not John Cena. The Undertaker made. I think that would have been a great character for Cena to come back and be like, the product has gotten soft. My generation, we ushered in the PG era, but there was nothing soft about it. Believe you me. You know what I mean?
Believe that?
Sure, why not? Cut that promo to a guy like Drew McIntyre. I think that'd be interesting.
I think John Cena, he's stepped away a wee bit, so he kind of has a little broader vision. I think John Cena kind of sees that, product's a little bit different. He can, doesn't got to guard his territory as much, and he can be a little nicer to the guys. And John Cena, he has his little reputation. People might kind of poo-poo on him, but I've always kind of saw him as kind of a smart guy when it comes to the business.
Yeah. Why would people poo-poo on John Cena? What has he done?
Well, ask Alex Riley. Alex Riley, not the biggest fan of John Cena.
Neither was Tyler Rex. Speaking of Tyler Rex, now Gabby Tuff went through the change, went through the transition. So congratulations. Congratulations are in order. Yes.
Shout out Gabby.
Shout out Gabby. You do you, make your money, boo boo. All right, Kurt Angle has a new podcast. Oh, it's true. Brandon, you follow Kurt Angle on Instagram, right?
I believe so. Curveballs and chair shots follows Kurt Angle.
Okay. So I posted a photo of Kurt Angle throwing Shane McMahon, and of course it was it had like a nice little caption. If I see somebody at the grocery store and they get in my way, I'm going to suplex them through like the milk or dairy section. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I saw the photo.
Yes. And then Kurt Angle, he liked my photo, and then he takes it and puts it on his own story. He doesn't credit me, and I've been trying to email him for months to be on this show.
Dang,
I looked up to that man. I looked up to that man. as an amateur wrestler. I looked up to that man.
I assume this was a kind of few days old, so it's not there anymore.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. But you check my likes. Check my likes, man. Kurt Angle liked it. He did.
On the personal page?
On the Heel Antwine. Yes, follow me, ladies and gentlemen, at Heel Antwine. Yeah.
Look at that. The Bulletcast in Brightest Day X, shout out Mr. X, and Kurt Angle have liked it.
Yes, an Olympic gold medalist. I can't believe he would do that to me. I can't believe it. He has a new podcast, ladies and gentlemen. He talks, about his career with, guess who? Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. I guess he's the Podfather now. But yeah, he's talking WrestleMania 19. He's talking his last match. He's talking, who should have retired him. All this other great stuff. So yeah.
It doesn't look like you're suplexing him in the dairy section. It looks like you're suplexing him into the frozen fries section.
Or you know what I mean, like the door, like the doors, like at the grocery store. That's what I was trying to get at. Yeah.
You got some Booker T Hungry Men.
We do.
Remember those commercials? Good times.
Oh, those were fun. No outside of no inside of the ring, but this day in wrestling. Are you ready, Brandon? There's a lot. You want to help me with something? No? Okay. Dory Funk Jr. wins the NWA title on this day in 1969. Tito Santana Riba wins the Intercontinental Championship on this day in 1984. WCW Super Brawl 6 on this day in 1996. You got Hogan versus the Giants, Paul White, Big Schmo. You have SmackDown on this day in 2003. Cena versus Lesnar. TNA Against All Odds. Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, Abyss, Christian Cage, all those guys. That happens in 2007. Raw on this day in 2008. The Intercontinental Champion Jeff Hardy defeats Shawn Michaels. Raw on this day in 2013, Kane defeats Dolph Ziggler. SmackDown 2014, Randy Orton beat up somebody. We have some New Japan. Here we go. New Japan, New Beginning 2015. AJ Styles defeats Tanahashi to win back the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. AJ Styles probably the best IWGP champion of all time. Just going to say that. Chavito Classic dies on this day in 2017. Raw on this day in 2019. The Revival become tag team champions. Ken Shamrock is 57. Super Max Hernandez is 48. Any things about the things that happened on this day? Can you see clearly with a better place in a broken dream?
Ken Shamrock still doing it over there on Impact. A little crazy, but make your money, boo boo, as one would say.
Yeah, make your money, boo boo. Yeah. All right, fan mail. Hootie Hoo 420.
Hootie Hoo.
There we go. Damn, I love the Rumble. Happy with who won. Oh, man, I probably should have read that when we did the Rumble recap. I'll keep going. And Edge delivered a great promo Monday night to Drew McIntyre. Hopefully he picks him. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Alfie Lewis. This is a random. Just thought about this. Can either of you guys name every winner of the Royal Rumble match? Oh, man. Brandon, pull up every winner of the Royal Rumble. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Are you ready, Phillip? I got it right here in front of us. Starting with 1988. Who's the first ever official Royal Rumble winner?
So I'll do men, then women. All right? Okay? I hope that's okay. I know ladies first, but I'm sorry. All right, here we go. 88, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Big John Studd. 90-91 is Hogan. 92 is Flair. 93 is Yokozuna. 94 is Luger and Bret Hart. 95-96 is Shawn. 97-98 is Austin. 99 is McMahon. Vince McMahon, that is. 2000 is The Rock. 2001 is Austin again. 2002 is Triple H. 2003 is Brock Lesnar. 04 is Wild Pegasus Kid. You know. 2005 is Batista. 06 is Rey Mysterio. 2007 that is The Undertaker. 2008 is John Cena. 2009 is Randy Orton. 2010 is it's Edge. 11 Del Rio. 12 Sheamus. 13 Cena. 14 Batista. 15 Roman. 16 Triple H. 17 Orton. 18 Nakamura. 19 Rollins. 20 Drew McIntyre. And this year was Edge. Did I do it?
Good job. You got all the men right, Phillip. Now you would say the easy one would be the women. Who are the women who have won?
Oh, I mean, that's Asuka, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Bianca Belair.
Boom. Look at that.
I
can't confirm that he was cheating, but it did not look like he was cheating.
I was looking all around my room. I have it written on my walls.
I don't know. I can't see it. They're not in frame.
Here, you look. You want to see? You want to see? You want to see it all?
Oh, I see a lovely Dolph Ziggler plaque.
Oh yes. I wonder where I got that from. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the only person in history that can do that. I deserve another award among all the others that I've acquired.
It makes up for when I gave you that impromptu wrestling quiz and you got some of it wrong.
Yeah. There we go. Hootie Hoo 420.
Hootie hoo.
Hey mates, I know the states are still going bonkers over Big Daddy Brady winning the bowl, but would you guys consider a Super Bowl win a world championship win? Wow. Brandon?
I know this is what everybody says
Brandon?
when it comes to the sports.
Oh,
But
what? First of all, congratulations to Big Daddy Tom Brady. I mean, to go 10 times and walk out with 7 wins, that's impressive. That's impressive. Am I right?
it is quite impressive. Unfortunately, I did not pick Big Tom to get the win. I thought Patrick Mahomes was going to pull it out, and
No.
I even put some money on it, which hurt me. But it's okay. I didn't walk away a complete loser. I only lost 50. But
Bro, he Tom Brady spanked that ass. And I don't watch football, and I know he spanked that ass. I actually watched this thing, you know?
I mean, the Tampa Bay defense spanked that ass.
It was a nice spank. It was a nice ass spanking. But, I mean, come on. So it's never been defended outside of the United States. Is it a world championship?
So here's the thing. I would consider it a world championship because the best of the best play when it comes to football, play in the NFL. Now, I'm going to maybe get some heat for this, but when it comes to soccer is spread out a lot more thinly. There's a lot more leagues, and there's a world championship. They have that. It's called the World Cup, and there's Olympics. But when it comes to some other sports that maybe play in the Olympics, like hockey or whatever, then yeah, sure. I mean, that's fine. But when it comes to baseball, football, basketball, the best of the best, or I know this is maybe me being a stupid American, but the best of the best when it comes to basketball, football, and baseball are in the United States.
So who won the, let's say the Lakers defend the NBA championship against a basketball team in Switzerland, and the Switzerland team wins. Therefore, would the Switzerland team be the new best in the world?
I guess in theory, but I will bet all the money in the world that I think the Lakers could beat the best Switzerland team. Now, are we talking just league team, or are we talking about all the best players in Switzerland?
All the best players in Switzerland.
I still put money on the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
Because when it comes to when we go, if we're going off on a big old tangent, but when it comes to the international play, the European and the international players kind of spend more time playing together. When it comes to the United States, it's kind of like a fun summer thing, and they're just kind of just playing basketball and kind of relying a lot more on their skills and actually playing as a team.
Wow. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Hashtag analysis.
It's a world championship. Halftime show? Yes, no? Did you like it? Maybe so.
I quite enjoyed the weekend doing the halftime show. It wasn't exactly Shakira and J-Lo, if you know what I'm saying, but it was still good.
or whatever that was.
The last meme before we went to quarantine.
Oh, yes. Dan, Sammy Guevara is about to be a major star, and I'm ready for it. We're going to talk about all that. Alfie Lewis. Edge needs to pick Finn Balor for WrestleMania. Their styles would complement each other so well, and it would put the NXT title on even a higher pedestal. Wow, that's actually very interesting. All right, now we move on to something else, to the Instagram DMs. And Brightest Day X,
Mr. X.
Here we go. How do we feel about the card so far for Elimination Chamber? We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Could we see Ring of Honor join in on this Wrestling Avengers lineup? They need it, but then it would get it's already becoming a little iffy, with other companies involved. Throwing another one in there, we don't want to get too convoluted.
It is getting a little crowded over there, and I think maybe the tag teams could be a good addition, but I think with the men's side of things and, Women of Honor, not exactly the best lineup, but I think you can pick and choose some to put in there. But yeah, I think it's getting a little too crowded. Maybe if you want to do like a super show and just kind of have everyone in one place, that's fine. But I still don't see New Japan and AEW being a full-fledged partnership right now.
Yeah. Maybe Cody finally gets the rights to Starrcade, and that's what he does. A huge super show.
Maybe, or maybe we get All In too.
It's true. We never got an All In too. I think if AEW hadn't started, they would have done an All In too. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep. All right. Last up. There have been many world title designs over the years for WWE. If you could keep or bring back one design only, and in doing so, our memories of those other title designs would be erased forever, which would it be? For me, I'd bring back the Winged Eagle belt, my favorite as a kid. That was very strongly worded. Wow, I love that. I mean, look, I love the Winged Eagle. It's my favorite championship design of all time. But I grew up with the spinner. Like, I know, like the traditional fan. The title shouldn't look like a toy, you know. But dude, I mean, like, I have fond memories of the spinner title. Me and my friends buying a replica and wrestling for that in my living room and fighting for it. I'd have to keep the spinner title around. I'm sorry.
I would say the Universal title can bugger off, and I think we talked about this last week.
Oh yeah, the Universal title can go.
Replace it with the world title. You can, you got the memories of that from the early 2000s and in WCW.
You know what? Edge is talking about the title he never lost. What if he challenges Roman and says, "Nah, but it's not for that," and then boom, he brings back the big gold.
I like the idea just because I hate it being color coordinated with the brands, and it's just so dumb. And I know you had Bray Wyatt write it off because he had magical powers to change it, but it's stupid.
I mean, the blue does look better than the red. We can agree, though, right?
I mean, it does because it's not as out there because it's kind of a darker blue. But
I mean, it looks nice. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bring back the Undisputed title.
We're just bringing back the Undisputed Championship.
Yeah, I like that one too. Talk about my childhood, watching Brock Lesnar and Undertaker walk around with that thing. That's JBL even. That's my title.
Eddie Guerrero, legends. All right, so there we go. I think that's it. That does it for that. That does it for that. All right, Elimination Chamber match announcement. So, Shane McMahon, he shows up on Raw with Adam Pearce, and so Drew McIntyre defends the WWE title in an Elimination Chamber match against Randy Orton, AJ Styles, The Miz, Jeff Hardy. Who else? Who else is in that?
Name them off again. How many you got?
Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, The Miz. It's 4. There's Drew.
Isn't Sheamus in there too?
No, Sheamus isn't in there.
I forget.
I don't think he's in there.
I don't get to look it up.
No, we do have to look it up. This is great audio.
Okie dokie.
Oh,
Sheamus is in there.
Oh, he is in there. Okay, my bad.
Hey,
former WWE champions. That's right. So that was the last one, right?
If that was 6, then yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
I see the thumbnail, and then of course when I load into this website, the freaking picture of everyone doesn't show up. Make me read. What do I look like?
You look like a man that knows how to read. But yeah, so he's defending against all former WWE champions. How do you feel about that? I thought it was just going to be him and Sheamus for the title at Elimination Chamber, but I guess not.
It is not. I don't know exactly how. I mean, the Elimination Chamber is kind of a way to get the title off of the champion, but I think Drew holds on to it. Sheamus and Drew seems like the logical next step, but I just don't see that being a WrestleMania match at this moment, especially because they kind of cashed in the turn so early. Maybe if they waited a little bit, I just don't see them being able to stretch this out to Payback and then also into WrestleMania, unless we get like some sort of 3-way, which I don't see that being a good idea.
You said Payback. You want them to go all the way to Payback?
Or what is it? Fastlane. That's the next show.
Oh, yeah.
Fastlane, Payback, whatever.
Wow.
It's all the same.
Can we bring back No Way Out?
We got Vengeance coming back.
Vengeance Day. No, it's new. It's different.
Sorry, forgot. You
it's like
you gotta put your own little WWE twist on a WWE thing.
It's a combine of like St. Valentine's Day Massacre and Vengeance. Vengeance turned into One Night Stand, which turned into Night of Champions, which turned into Clash of Champions. But you didn't.
More you know.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's cool. It's a cool little match.
We also have two other announcements. We got Asuka taking on Lacey Evans for the women's championship. Are we gonna get it? Is Lacey Evans beating Asuka, and we have Lacey and Charlotte for the title at WrestleMania? Is this where we're going?
Oh god, oh god, no, I would hope not. I think Charlotte costs Lacey the title, and then they have a feud at Mania. Yeah, I think that's what we do there.
Then what does Asuka do?
Well, she could face Bianca Belair for the women's championship. Like, we don't know yet.
She could, but it's not gonna happen.
Whoa. Maybe the man comes back.
I don't think that's gonna happen either.
Because I mean, how Asuka's been champion, right, since then. Oh, wait, no, Sasha had it for a little bit, but it's been Asuka the majority.
Did Sasha win it off Asuka? I thought Asuka's been champion since Becky got pregnant.
Yeah. Sasha did beat her. She beat her, remember? And then she did I can't defend it. So that happened with that.
I gotta go to the history.
Yeah, no, that's what happened. I remember. Because remember, they had all the gold. They were tag champs. Bayley was SmackDown champ. Sasha was Raw champ. Yeah. That's what happened.
Oh, she beat her at SummerSlam. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because she's a legit boss. How you do that there? How did
and then finally, the other match that is announced. If it's Elimination Chamber, we can't just have one multi-man match. Let's get another one on the card. Bobby Lashley versus Keithley and Matt Riddle for the United States Championship match of the champions of the United States.
You think that's how they get it off of Bobby?
I think Bobby keeps it. They kind of like what they're doing with the Hurt Business. Keithley, he's just kind of just there. I know he had the thing with Mia Yim in the COVID situation.
He was supposed to win the Rumble.
It could have been the case. Conspiracy theory, you put Edge at 2, but then Mia Yim gets COVID and he's the backup plan. Might as well put him at 1. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, man. Edge and Miz had a promo together, and I really enjoyed this. Edge told Miz, you don't worry about me. You got to worry about Bad Bunny, which
still a thing.
Yeah. I get he's a popular artist in his realm of music, but I'm not a fan. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Come on, he does the Hot Cheeto commercials.
That's John Cena does Mountain Dew commercials. What's your point?
Watermelon Mountain Dew commercials, which now I have to try.
I know he moved on from Takis to watermelon Mountain Dew. Tell me how it is. Some of them have a diet version.
But really, I know they have a diet Mountain Dew, but you can't just get a diet Mountain Dew. You got to if you're gonna have a heart attack and a sugar high, you got to just go all the way.
Oh, there's not that much. I go with the diet. Diet is delicious. It really is. It's underrated how good it is.
I am a fan of Coke Zero.
Okay. I'm a fan of the Diet Coke.
Yeah, full zero. Give me all the artificial sweeteners and flavors.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Edge, he told him I know a thing or two about the Money in the Bank. I made that famous. I'm thinking at a different level than you right now. And I was like, oh, I like that. That's how I feel sometimes, Brandon. I feel like, damn, I'm thinking at a different level than this guy right now.
You out here playing chess when everyone's playing checkers?
Bro, I'm out here playing crochet. You feel me? I'm way removed from chess. Okay, you know what I'm saying. But yeah,
playing some polo.
Man, I'm out here doing something. What'd you think of the promo?
I thought it was good. Miz and Morrison, for however long it's been since they've been together, kind of just pull everything down. But I think Edge, he's been doing good work, and I thought kind of Miz and Morrison be a little bit more serious than they've been in the past few weeks is good. And I think Edge continues to do good stuff. But as I said earlier, kind of the hemming and hawing and just kind of delaying the inevitable of when he's going to choose is probably going to get old soon.
Yeah, there. And then Randy Orton defeats Drew McIntyre because Sheamus kicked him in the face.
Yes, just another WWE Raw main event that it's supposed to be big on paper, but yet didn't draw any ratings either because people don't care or they know that it's not going to get a finish.
Their other businesses are booming. It's okay. Yeah. It's not the Attitude Era anymore, people. Stop clamoring for all this stuff to happen. It's not going to happen anymore.
WWE is the dog in the burning fire. Everything's fine.
Absolutely. No, they're not a dog. There's no fire. They're doing just fine.
Exactly.
Just fine.
Everything is fine.
All right, Brady, tell us what happened about AEW.
Oh, what happened on AEW? We actually had an opening match that was not in the tag team division. It was Darby Allin taking on Joey Janela for the TNT title. These men have a lot of history together, which they went into. And Darby Allin gets the win with the coffin drop. I thought a very good opener. You can tell these guys have a lot of chemistry. Phillip, what did you think of this match?
I saw the 1, 2, 3, so it was great.
There you go. I liked this match a lot. The only thing is, going into it, Joey Janela hasn't done too much, at least on Dynamite, to give us a reason why he's getting this match. I wish they kind of explain that a little bit more, talk about how he's on Dynamite or how he's on Dark doing some things, maybe have this not open the show, but be in the middle, have the opening of the second hour be this match, and maybe get Joey Janela with the promo and build it up a tad bit, but they had to do the thing with Sting. So I kind of understand where they were going, but good, solid match. And maybe probably second best match of the show. Then we get Cody and Lee Johnson takes it on Peter Avalon and Cesar Bononi, and Lee Johnson gets the win, and now he has a contract with AEW.
Congratulations. The kid has spunk. The kid's always has something. I mean, to team up with Cody Rhodes, who was the first ever champion of a great network like TNT, and to beat Cesar Bononi or Bononi or whatever his name is.
Spumoni.
Oh, my bad. And pretty Peter Avalon. That's a hell of a way to get a contract, son. His promo at the end was amazing.
There you go. Then MJF and Chris Jericho, the number one contenders to the tag titles, take on the Acclaim. And MJF and Jericho get the win after some interference and a whole lot of schmoz. Protecting the Acclaim a bit, you can tell that I think Tony Khan is kind of the reasoning for this pairing, so going to want to protect his boys. MJF and Jericho get the win. Match was all right. Nothing too special.
Jericho got hit in the head with a boombox.
And then he kicked out, killing the business.
Yes. And then the Judas effect. The Judas effect for the 1, 2, 3. And then what happened after? Brandon, tell us about it.
Well, apparently there's a truck outside Phillip's house backing it up.
Oh, you can hear that.
Yeah.
Don't
be backing up.
I don't know. Should I look out the window? I'm actually scared.
It's okay. We'll be here for you, Phillip.
Okay.
Sammy, don't call him Zane Guevara, goes on, and Jericho kind of asks Sammy, what's going on? Because they had the little conversation with Guevara and MJF earlier on in the show. And Sammy says that he told Jericho back, whatever it was in December, that if MJF pulls some things again, that he's quitting. MJF pulls some things again, and Sammy quits. Call his bluff, and he left. And Marvez tries to get a word with Sammy outside the building, and he says, I just got to step away for a little bit. So maybe Sammy's going to be off for a wee bit, maybe until Revolution, get a little bit of repackaging, and we'll see what happens.
So, I mean, now that he's out, could I join? Is that possible? Is that possible?
I mean, anything's possible. It's
should I tweet? Should I tweet Chris? Should I do it?
Post a meme about him, and then he'll repost it, and then not give you any credit.
Whoa! Don't talk about my friend like that.
Oh, sorry. So Kurt Angle's not your friend.
No, Kurt Angle's not my friend.
Oh man,
I wish, right?
Tough luck.
Yeah.
Tough luck.
But I mean, Sammy, he really left though. He left the inner circle. So what's gonna happen?
I think we're gonna get Sammy coming back as a babyface. I think this is kind of a way to have him go away. He's been doing some babyface promos on Dark. Haven't exactly been the best, but I think this is kind of him stepping away. And in the meanwhile, maybe MJF turns, or maybe Jericho is able to see what's going on with MJF and he leaves. And this is how we kind of can get Jericho turn babyface. He could be maybe more of a part-timer, and we can get Les Sex Gods back, even though maybe Sami Zayn shouldn't be Les Sex Gods after everything that happened back in the... we're not going to talk about that.
Sami Zayn. What did Sami
Okay.
Zayn do?
See, once again, I only have enough memory for one Sammy in my mind.
Come on. You know how many Chris's there are in the business? I don't get them confused.
Exactly. But Sammy's, on the other hand. So
Sammy Guevara, Sami Zayn, Sammy Brady. I understand.
Sammy Hagar.
Exactly. Sammy Davis Jr. You know, are we just gonna keep naming Sammys? Is that what's happening here?
I got nothing. Sammy Sosa.
I think that's it.
That's all the Sammys we got.
Yeah.
If you got any Sammys, let us know.
Yes, to tweet us, DM us, call me 510.
Tell us all your Sammys.
Absolutely. I'm not. I should finish my number.
I mean, if you want.
510-867.
5555.
No.
Thunder Rosa and Layla Hirsch had a match in the opener of the Women's Eliminator Tournament, and Thunder Rosa gets the win here. Solid match, a lot of grappling work between these two ladies, and then they announced the entire Japanese side of the bracket. We will see the first round on Monday on YouTube, so we're not seeing the entirety of the tournament take place on Dynamite or even on Dark. It's going to get its own little thing. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I'm actually, I don't watch Dark at all, but I am going to check out this women's show because I've heard some things about the Japanese women in this tournament, and I'm definitely going to check it out.
510-867-5309. Hit me up, people. This was one of my favorite matches. I mean, they were really wrestling, and Layla Hirsch. I mean, she's going to be something. I see it. You know, I like the little moonsault she tried, didn't get the job done, but Thunder Rosa got the job done, and she advances.
Yeah, and Thunder Rosa did a promo before the match, kind of calling out Britt Baker and saying she, has unfinished business with Serena Deeb, got to get the NWA title back, wants to get the AEW championship back. She wants to get, Britt Baker and that big nose of hers. So, something Triple H wouldn't let people say, but apparently Britt Baker's okay with that. So good for her. And I think Thunder Rosa is, one of the favorites in this tournament.
Well, what are you talking about? Triple H wouldn't do what?
Well, I'm just saying. People be calling out Britt Baker. I mean, anyways.
Well,
Team Taz. What?
No. I mean, they have creative control in AEW. She didn't have to clear with anybody. She just said it.
Okay.
Yeah. Team Taz drags Darby Allin, right?
Yeah, they Sting comes out to do what he does every week, I guess, talk to Tony Schiavone. And before he can even say a word, Taz interrupts him. And they put Darby Allin in a body bag, drag him behind their SUV, and that's about it.
It happened.
We don't see him get saved. We don't see Darby get out of the body bag. He gets dragged, and that's it.
He'll find him at Revolution. That's what's going to happen. All right, Matt Hardy and Hangman Page have a promo. Matt Hardy wasting alcohol. How do you feel about that?
I know Matt Hardy's gone through some things, so I appreciate him staying strong, not drinking, but you don't gotta dump it like that. Just let Hangman drink it.
Absolutely, let the Hangman drink it. Where do you think this is going, Brandon?
Well, Hangman did sign the contract, so he's getting bamboozled into 30% of his share. I mean, I guess this is going to link to Hangman just being kind of held hostage with Matt Hardy. I don't know if this leads him to a singles match with Hardy, maybe a tag team match with the Dark Order at Revolution, but I mean that we were wondering what are they going to do, with Page getting recruited by another person when he just turned down one recruitment. And I think this kind of sped up the process. So then next week, I think we're going to get Hangman realizing what happened, and then sober Hangman maybe taking exception to that.
Absolutely. Sorry about that, Brandon. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It'll be very interesting to see what goes on there. What goes on there. Yes, and then the main event, you have Kenta and Kenny Omega, the briefcase holder for a United States Championship opportunity, and the AEW Heavyweight Champion go up against Jonathan Moxley, the current IWGP US Champion, and Lance Archer, the former IWGP United States Champion. So 3 men in this match have been US Champion in Japan, Kenny being the first, Archer being the former, Mox being the current, and Kenta hoping to be the next.
And Cody's on the roster too.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Cody was the champion. Oh, the best U.S. champion for Japan ever. I mean, it's not a real U.S. title, but it's a nice toy.
We all know Bobby Lashley is the real U.S. champion.
Absolutely. Look at the lineage and the history behind that.
Exactly. Well, we had that tornado falls count anywhere, no disqualification match. They go all over the place. They fought in the kitchen. They fought at ringside. They fought in the ring. And if you thought Lance Archer was the odd man out and the obvious one to get the pinfall here, you would be correct. Lance Archer loses to Kenny Omega. The Good Brothers come out to help out Lance, really sending home the fact that Lance, really had to get three people hit their finishers on him for him to lose, and he loses, gets a one-wing angel put on him, which looked pretty devastating because Lance Archer, he's a big boy, and Kenny gets the win here. And Kenta.
Somebody literally got hit with a bag of potatoes, but for the sake of it, we're going to call it a sack of potatoes. I mean, it was all great. It was a box. I don't know.
It was a box of potatoes.
We're going to call it a sack, though, because, I rewrite history. Kenny, the one-wing angel, man, it just takes too long to set up, especially with a big guy like that. I mean, come on, really? Like, it's just stupid. Jake Roberts throwing out short arm clotheslines. I want to see him drop a DDT. Don't you?
I mean, he fell down on this episode, and I think he did that a couple episodes ago too. So he can take that bump. I guess it's not pretty, but they also teased a V trigger on old Jake the Snake Roberts.
He would have took it. He would have took it, but they got in the way.
Yeah.
So was this fun for you?
I mean, it was cool. Yeah, I don't think it was as good as the match last week was. It was kind of fun, chaotic all over the place. They did have like the obvious cut where they're fighting in the kitchen and then they do like a 20-second video package of all the highlights of the match, and then they just happen to be walking towards the ring. So, and besides that part that kind of took me out of it, I thought the match was fun. I mean, they had all the different combinations they messed around with, and I thought they did a good job at hyping the Kenta Moxley match that's taking place next week, 2 weeks,
something like that. Bullet Club is fine, isn't that right?
Mm-hmm. Everything is fine.
Everything is evil. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here, NXT Vengeance Day predictions. The Bullet Cats Championship is on the line. The men's Dusty Road Tag Team Classic Finals. You have MSK versus the Grizzled Young Veterans. Brandon, who do you have?
I have not seen NXT yet, but I don't think that's going to hurt me too much in these predictions. I'm going to go with MSK. I know, Grizzled Young Veterans have been around for a while, but I just feel they're really pushing MSK hard. Didn't like the promo they cut last week against Legado del Fantasma. They're supposed to be baby faces. Didn't really sound all that babyface-ish, but they're getting a good push out of the gates, and I think establishing them as the real deal is the way to go instead of kind of rebuilding somebody like Grizzled Young Veterans, which I think they're kind of established to where they are. Give MSK the trophy.
Yeah, from what I've seen MSK doing some great work, so I did pick them as well. The North American Championship, you have Johnny Gargano going up against Kushida. I'm picking Johnny.
So Johnny is kind of, saying that he's injured. William Regal called BS, and we're still going to have this match. Kushida has won a lot of matches over Gargano these last few months. It is kind of Gargano's thing to lose the title. They do it so often, but I'm just, what? Screw it. I'm going to give Kushida the win. Have no confidence whatsoever, but I'm just going to try to be different because I feel like we're going to be very similar in a lot of these matches.
Absolutely. All right. Next up is the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. You have Dakota Kai and Sonya Deville Jr. going up against Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon.
So Shawn Michaels did an interview last year or whatever about who does he think the next Shawn Michaels and Diesel is, and he said Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. So just because of that, I think they're going to continue to push them strong. I think Raquel Gonzalez, I still don't see her being like the woman in NXT, but they're definitely building her up. So I will go with Kai and Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, you look at them. I think they could really use that, but I don't know if I want to have the same pick as you, dude.
I mean, the first ever Dusty Rhodes Classic was Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, so it's not out of the realm possibility to have two singles people win the thing.
It's not, but I mean, you look at Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. What has Shotzi really had going forward? Nothing, right? And heels can afford to lose, right?
And I mean, Shotzi has gotten some wins on Candice, and she's one of those wrestlers that she can win some, but she also can lose some, and that she doesn't really lose a whole lot.
You're right. Plus, we're getting into the woman's. Oh my God, I'm scared, dude. I'm very scared. You know what? My mind is telling me Kai and Gonzalez, so that's what I'm going to do. I was scared. I was very scared, very very scared. All right, Brandon, what is the next match?
Next up, we got the NXT Women's Championship match. It is a three-way because we always have to have at least one three-way on NXT TakeOver. Io Shirai defends the title against Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm. Phillip, I will go with Io Shirai. I think they are still building Io and Toni as a singles match, maybe at WrestleMania TakeOver. Mercedes Martinez kind of feels like the odd woman out. She just kind of showed up after being a Retribution, and we're just going to completely ignore that ever happened, which I definitely appreciate. But I think the money is in Io and Toni, so I'm going to go with either one of them winning, but I feel Io keeps it.
I'm going Toni Storm.
Okay.
All right, and the next up is the NXT Championship. You have the Prince, Finn Balor, going up against Pete Dunne. Balor Club is alive and well. That's who I'm picking.
I will go with Finn Balor as well. I think Pete Dunne does have a possibility because they have pushed him and Birch and Lorcan strong, with Birch and Lorcan being the tag team champions. You could see them holding all the gold. Pat McAfee hasn't been there in a while, so we don't know exactly what's going on with him. But I think Finn keeps the title. Logical next person up would be Karrion Kross, but I think he's on a fast track to the main roster. So I think you keep it on Finn and have maybe a big time match at WrestleMania TakeOver. Maybe it's on WrestleMania proper, but I think Finn holds on the title.
Absolutely. All right. So we both have MSK. I have Gargano. You have Kushida. We both have Kai and Gonzalez. I have Storm. You have Shirai. We both have Finn Balor. I'll get Baby Huey's predictions when we record in the click later tonight. Wrapping up the show, Superstar Spotlight. Who do you got? Who do you got? Me, I will give it to Nia Jax for being a very popular figure in the world of the wrestling internet community.
Has anyone got an update on her hole and how that's going?
You people are childish, man. I mean,
T's and P's for Nia's hole.
Absolutely. How do you feel about Nia's hole, though? Seriously.
I mean, it looked like she was in a lot of pain. I mean, shout out Lana. Lana put her through a table. Not exactly a Samoan drop, but she pushed her through a table. So, good job, Lana. Comeuppance.
Lana's number one. Lana is the best.
Lana Superstar Spotlight. Maybe first time ever.
Oh, that's who you're giving it to?
Yep. Good job, Lana.
Not Nia's hole, but
no.
But, okay, cool. Our promo pick of the week,
Lana punished Nia's hole.
Hacksaw Butch Reed from Championship Wrestling from Florida, 1982. He's cutting a nice promo. He's charismatic as all hell. What are your thoughts about this promo from the late, great Hacksaw Butch Reed?
Enjoy the promo. It was a build for a $10,000 ladder match, Phil. But Bret Hart told me that the ladder matches only took place in Winnipeg or in, whatever, in Canada.
That's where they originated.
But that's like, I thought that's where the only ladder matches. I thought the Canadians were the only ones that did the ladder matches.
We invented it, yes. We the Canadians invented the ladder match, but other ladder matches took place.
Oh, right.
Yes. In North America, yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Yes. So it didn't just take place in Canada and then magically it happened at WrestleMania 10.
No.
Except for that one house show.
No.
Okay. So Bret Hart was in line. He just kind of forgot that part.
Yeah.
Okay,
that happens.
I got it.
What's our match pick of the week?
Well, our match pick of the week, we're going to go a little differently. Shout out Rich Fan from PW Torch. Didn't you meet Rich at in Vegas? I forget.
Yes. I was on the PW Torch Instagram, right? Something like that. Shout out.
So he has a show and he kind of wants to talk about some like different matches. He calls it Off the Beaten Path, and this was one from a few weeks ago. Bobby Gunn takes on Ilya Dragonoff. You might know some of those names from NXT UK. This is from WXW in 2018, Phillip, and this match is a very special. Do you know the reason why?
Something about the chanting.
Yes, the crowd while we're in this era, pandemic wrestling, no fans whatsoever. This was a half-hour match where literally the crowds just chanted the entire time. I know sometimes the European crowds can kind of get on my nerves a little bit, but this was definitely a fun atmosphere, and it's on YouTube. Bobby Gunn's Ilya Dragonoff WXW from 2018. If you just type in like longest wrestling chant ever or something, it should come up, and it's a lot of fun, and there's good wrestling as well.
There was good in-ring performances, and the chants. It warmed my heart. I miss it. I do. I miss being a part of it. Yeah. If you guys are interested, I hear Ugwa's holding another yard show March 13th. If you want to get out there and experience some wrestling, Anthony is taking all the proper precautions with the spacing and the social distancing. So yeah, man, I heard
GCW putting on some shows in Florida.
Florida, you can do anything. But Anthony, he's taking all the right precautions. You know, he told me how many people he used to hold back in that backyard. So for the amount of people he's letting in for this show, it's going to be very spacious and it's going to be pretty safe. And plus, you get a free beer with your ticket. So go ahead, guys. Yeah. Yep.
Add me a free beer.
Oh, you're going. That's what you told me.
I mean,
he said, da.
I mean, I was, it was a definite no, but then you throw in the free beer, then I got to think about it a little bit.
Absolutely. You know, our friends, World's Freshest Tag Team, are going to be wrestling for the Ugwa Tag Team titles. That's going to be exciting. So follow us on Twitter at Bulletcast, Instagram, Bulletcast, YouTube channel, Bulletcast, email Bulletcast, visit the number 2 sweet SWET at gmail.com. 104.7 FM KAPU in Watsonville every Friday night from 11 to midnight. iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Spotify, Patreon. We're all over the damn place. Thank you guys so much. We will be back on Sunday for our recap of NXT Vengeance Day. Find out who walked out the NXT champion, Women's Champion, North American Champion, Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners, and who could be the new or retaining Bullet Cast champion. Stay clean, stay safe, stay strong, stay quarantined. Diamonds are forever. And so is the microphone beside me.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.